welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. This is Wednesday today, so it is not starting at the beginning of the week as normally weekly reading vlogs tend to, but it's okay, we're just going to roll with it. I completely ran out of time to do it yesterday and didn't do it on Monday because I got a bit confused because I finished off my weekly reading vlog a day late. So it's all gone a bit haywire, but it's fine, we're still here. So if you watched last week's reading vlog, then you will know that I was midway or like 100 pages from the end of The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, and I just finished it. So if you did watch that, you'll know that my prediction was that if it was a book that made the ending that made me cry, then I give it a 5-star read, and if it didn't, then it would be a 4-star read, because I was kind of talking about how it's weird going into a book and reading it and knowing how it's going to end, because I know the stories of Achilles and Patroclus and the Trojan War. I know how their storyline ends, so going into that it was weird knowing that that was how it's going to all pan out. So I was wondering if that was going to kind of take away from the emotional kind of shock aspect of it and maybe not make the ending as good, but I cried. It was actually very awkward. I was just in the garden reading it and my neighbour was like mowing his lawn, and then there was just me like sobbing, trying not to like make him like be able to see or notice that I was just crying in my garden reading this book, so it was a bit awkward. But it did make me cry. It was sad, and the way they did this, so I was assuming that they were going to have to change perspectives. I'm trying not to give anything away, but I was assuming they was going to change a perspective, but there wasn't, and I think the way that they handled that was really impactful, and the kind of the onlooking perspective that you got was really, it hit you deep. So I think this is one of the most epic love stories I've ever read, and I'm so like, I really want to read the original Iliad now, because it's very different to The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker, which is also an Iliad retelling. However, it follows the perspective of Briseis, who, as I said in the last video, is a girl who is taken captive by the Greeks and kind of given to Achilles as a war kind of trophy type thing. And obviously she's from the perspective of a captive, and it's very different, it's much more raw, and I suppose like the feminist perspective is much more pushed in that one. Here you're getting it from Patroclus' point of view, which is Achilles' best friend, and in this book a lover. I don't know if he is in the original Greek story, because again in The Sons of Girls it's much more related to just a friendship, a really strong tight friendship, but it's not necessarily romantic, I wouldn't say. Whereas it definitely is. This is a romantic tale, as I said. So again, you're seeing it from his lover's perspective. So Achilles is much more softened. He doesn't have that harsh quality that you would look at as Briseis' perspective as a female captive. So that's very interesting, and my mum is also actually currently reading it as well, because she also has a copy and she's been wanting to read it for ages, and then as soon as she found out I was also reading it, she wanted to read it alongside. So she's much further behind. Obviously she hasn't finished it today, she started it yesterday, so it'll be interesting to see how her point of view is of it, because she really loved The Silence of the Girls and it's not quite like that. So she maybe likes that kind of perspective of it than this one, so we shall see. It's very interesting, but it is a beautifully written book and one I would highly recommend to anyone who wants to read it. Loved it. I loved it. I think, yeah, Madeline Miller is very good with words and deserves its praise. It deserves its praise. So that's the book that I finished. I think I'm going to start Girl, Serpent, Thorn next, because this is the book that I got in the fairy loot that I unboxed in my last video. So check that out. I keep mentioning last video, but there we go. But I think this follows a queer girl. I think it has a queer girl, so I'm excited to read that and I want to get into it. It's not very long at all, and this is a beautiful edition. This is obviously a special edition, so it has the pink background instead of the white background. It has the kind of like pastel-y kind of foresty green edges, which are beautiful. I've never seen that kind of light colour before. And then it also has like this on the inside, I don't know if you can see that, which is just a very beautiful edition, and it's also signed, which we love. And the storyline also intrigued me. I didn't know this was like a desert-y themed fantasy, which is one of my favourite kind of fantasies, like The City of Brass, Ember in the Ashes, that kind of thing. There is another book that I read recently that I really liked that was that kind of setting, but I can't remember what it was. So I'm really interested and intrigued to get into this. It's literally 310 pages, so we could finish this in like 2 days, so exciting. We're also going to go and do a socially distanced beach trip tomorrow, which is very exciting. I love the beach. Hopefully it won't be too busy, because obviously it can't be, because we then couldn't go. So I probably will finish this hopefully in the next day or two, and I'll get back to you more on what I thought of it and how much it's going. Hello, so it's now Thursday and I thought I'd just give you a little update on how Girl Serpent Thorn's going, because today we're going to the beach, as I said, I think I said yesterday, for a little social distanced beach time because it's my mum's annual leave, so she's on holiday, so she wants to make... Can you hear that alarm? I really hope you can't hear that alarm. There we go, it's stopped now. So that'll be fun, and I think I'll get a lot of reading done, so I don't want to update you after then because then it'll be past my initial thoughts and we'll just have the end thoughts. So spice it up a bit, we're going to do a bit more. So at the start what I've noticed is that it gets straight into it. Like, I think because it's only 300 pages it doesn't have time to waffle, or she hasn't waffled in it. And if something you don't like in fantasy books is a lot of setup and a lot of kind of just background information that a lot of fantasies kind of use the first probably like a third or fourth of the book to kind of build, then you'll probably like this one because it doesn't do that at all. It just like gives you the main facts that you need to know and just goes straight into the kind of main storyline. So it follows a girl who is cursed by these div, and they're these like creatures that are, there's lots of different types of them apparently that we're learning about, and they're not very nice basically, and she was cursed by one. The circumstances are a bit unsure, so we're trying to find out how she was cursed and all that kind of stuff as well. The main character is also bi, which is really cool, and I like how it's just kind of accepted in it. Like, it is part of who she is and it's not really made a big deal out of. That could change because it's not like it's openly discussed at the moment, it's just her own personal thoughts. But her personal thoughts aren't hindered by the fact that she can't fall in love with this person because they're a girl, if that makes sense. So I'm enjoying that aspect of it. At the moment the romance seemed to be more tailored towards the boy that she's fancying, so we'll see how that turns out. And yeah, I think that's mainly what I wanted to say. We'll find out more as I go on. The romance is quite heavy, like straight on, like the guy is quite intense from the get-go, so we'll see how that goes. It's kind of not insta-lovey on her part, but it is from his part. It just seems like he's, I don't know, I don't trust him because he's so on it. Does that make sense? Probably not. Okay, so that's my little update. I shall give you another one either later this evening or tomorrow. So, another reading vlog, and I have failed miserably at keeping you guys updated, but that's mainly because, again, my reading has plummeted in the past week. It's now Monday. I should have done this yesterday, but I didn't actually finish the book in time, and I wanted to finish this book in this reading vlog just so that you had a little bit more content in there. But I finished Girl Serpent Thorn this morning and I have mixed feelings. Some good, some bad. Well, not bad, middling. So the beach, I think, was the last time I updated you, failed miserably. We had to sit on a wall because we didn't realise, we forgot to check the tide basically, and it was completely up to the wall, so we basically just sat on a wall and watched the sea for a bit, which, you know, it's fine. But yeah, and I don't know why it's taken me forever to read this book. I thought it would take me like literally 2 days. It's taken me 6, so it's taken me a lot longer to read. I think mainly because the writing style is just not for me. It's quite YA-like, and it's quite, I don't know, there's loads of questions in it, so I don't know, it just makes, I don't know. I'm not, like, rhetorical questions have to be used very sparingly, I think, in books for them to be effective, whereas there's like 3 on every other page, and it just kind of, it was a bit much, and once I started noticing it, and then it started to annoy me, and then I could not notice it, and it just kind of went in a spiral like that. But I really like the world, and I really like the storyline, and I really like the representation, and there are so many good elements of this book that I still will give it a quite good rating, and I still really enjoyed reading it. I just was a bit frustrated by the questions, which is really stupid. Like, I shouldn't let that annoy me, but it did. So yeah, I don't think it would annoy a lot of people. I'm just stupid like that, but I really did enjoy it, and I really enjoyed the world. So I will be interested to see. I don't know if does anyone know if this is like a duology or a trilogy or a series, or is it a standalone? I don't know. There were also moments where I kind of wished it had just paused a little bit and spent a little bit more time. There is a lot jam-packed into these 300 pages, so there were just moments I wish it kind of just slowed a bit and just paused for a second and just explored what was going on a bit more. Like, just, yeah, there were just some moments where I thought it could do with that, but apart from that, it was a good book and I would recommend it, and I think a lot of people will really enjoy it. So Let me know if you've read it or you're planning to read it, because I don't think it's actually released yet. This was in the fake crate box that I got last week in that vlog, so I thought it was already out because I didn't know that they could release books that weren't already out, but apparently so, So this comes out next month, I believe, at some point. So definitely let me know if you're thinking of picking up and what you think about it. Message me on Instagram or something to say that you've read it and this is what you thought, because I would be very interested to know what other people thought of it, because I think it will be really well received. I'm just pernickety about the writing, and I wish I wasn't, because then I wish I could like enjoy it more. But I think people will like it, and yeah, I enjoyed the story. So it is Own Voices, Persian mythology and bi, apparently. I couldn't find absolute like certainty on that online, but I have seen someone else say that it is, so I believe it is, but I wouldn't 100% say for sure. On the bi font, obviously she is Persian, so that's a given, but the bi representation, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe it is. So that's always good. We love an Own Voices book. So yes, let me know what you think about this. So it isn't weekly vlog anymore, so I am going to stop the vlog here. I hope it's been fun and there's been enough content in it. I'm not sure, I haven't edited it yet, but we shall find out. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed me, I suppose, subscribe. And then if you want to see more, that would be a good way to do it. Please comment any thoughts on the books that were in this vlog. I don't even know what was in this vlog anymore, so it could have been a bit boring vlog. I feel like it was, but we're going to post it anyway. So yes, thank you again for watching, and I shall see you in next week's vlog.